Bloody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan Live reaction video is going to be for Hitman Chapter 71. So, last chapter really explained a lot where Kasuga's mindset is at and why he is this way, why he's so stuck in this mindset about editors and shit like that. It's because when he first started out, an editor stole his idea and gave it to another mangaka, and the mangaka took it and it became a successful series. So I totally understand where he's coming from, and because he was so traumatized by it, he has this mentality where it's like where he's so closed off from outside, opinions from, editors, that he just won't listen. And I think the reason why he ultimately chose to have Kinzaki as an editor, besides the whole shit with Takanashi, is because I think he sees himself in Kinzaki when he first started out. And I think originally he wanted to break him, but like the more and more he saw himself in Kinzaki, the more frustrated he got, and he's just like, he's wants Kinzaki to like secretly just stand up for himself and man up, which I think once he does, then the creative juices will start flowing. Because the thing is with editors, well, when they're not like dictating how they want shit done, and this is what I mean by a good editor, and we've seen this with Kinzaki, is they will bounce off, ideas with brainstorming. And that's what ultimately Kasuga needs right now. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us this week. Ooh, there's a poster for Shining Wizard. Look, Kasuga-sensei, I brought a poster in. Let's put it up. Oh, that sure takes me back. It's the first movie I played the lead in. But really, that anime sure was a hit, Sensei. Kasuga-sensei, Shining Wizard really was a good series. Oh, he's ripping it down. He mad. Shit! And Chapter 71 is titled While Drinking a Macallan. Shit! Was my last work really that much better? Certainly my current series is ranking dead last, even though I ran my mouth and bragged like that to the editorial department. Disgraceful. I'm a complete fool. So Kasuga Kiyotatsu's talent only amounts to this. No matter how obsessively I drew, it simply failed to resonate with anyone. Well, that's because you didn't listen. It wasn't going anywhere. The ideas were there, but it just wasn't going anywhere in terms of writing. And my shame is going to be on display like this. I should just quit. I have a lot of fans. I'm better off going back to my last magazine and starting over. Well, what you should be doing, Kasuga, is what we saw Maya-sensei doing, is thinking about what worked with Shining Wizard and taking those elements in terms of like the writing and applying it to this series. That would work, and it would and your readers and your fans would probably enjoy it. Just saying. First, for reals? Yeah, it was pretty close, but you managed to edge out Katsuragi-sensei's touch-up by a small margin to take first place for the first time. Congratulations! Yay! I wonder if I'll get an anime. Let's work hard to make that happen. Thanks, I'll do my best to draw even better chapters. Shimakaze-sensei seemed really happy. I could hear her from over here. While her position in her group is stable, she's popular, and her second reprint is pushing ahead. I'm glad. I wondered what was going to happen when she said she wanted to quit. That was 100% on you. Don't talk like it wasn't your concern. I seriously regret that. Jeez, you're such a bully. I don't like you anymore, Kinzaki. I'm kidding. You did your best, of course. Don't treat me like a kid. Anyway, the problem is Kasuga-sensei. Yeah, it went down to 25. Nice. I didn't know there was a bar like this in the neighborhood. It's underground, so it's easy to overlook. I'll be looking forward to your patronage in the future. Yeah, I'll drop in from time to time. So, what's your job? I'm I'm thinking of a change to self-employment. Things aren't going well with my current company. Things aren't going so well with my current company. I have been thinking of going back to my previous company, but, well, I suppose I should consult with someone. Oh, see? Welcome. Well, doesn't this look like a nice place? That's the editor in charge of Kyogoku-sensei. I met him several times through work. All right, if I ask him about returning. Getting a call from an unknown number, you sure surprised me. Sorry, Otaguro gave it to me. Is Hiro okay? Yeah, anywhere's fine. Well, why's Kanzaki come with him? Good evening. Master, I'll have a Macallan on the rocks. I'll have the same then. You have cigars? Can I get one? Yes, I'll light it for you now. So you said you had something you want to talk about? I thought I'd check out how Kyogoku-sensei's doing. The Kyogoku-sensei you stole from me. I'm sorry about that. I never thought that old guy I met in the lobby would be Kyogoku-sensei. Like, you told him to go work for your magazine because you knew it was him. It really wasn't like that. I'm not the one in charge of him, but things are going really well. Shut up, I already know that much. Ouch. That's an abuse of power, Tateyama-san. It's Tateyama-senpai to you. We may be in different companies, but I'm still your senior. Well, you'll send Kyogoku-sensei back sooner or later. Putting that aside, what I want to ask is about the trash you picked up. Trash? Kasuga Kyotatsu, aren't you in charge of him? Yes, well, on paper at least. I heard that guy was grandstanding in the editorial department after taking first place in the rankings with his first issue. And now it seems he's become a laughingstock and dead last? Ain't that hilarious? Well, that's true. Saying what he did certainly didn't make him any friends. He was a pain in the ass when he was a pain in the ass when he was with our magazine too. Wow. He would feed pointless information to his junior authors, talk a big game to the editor-in-chief. In the end, he kept going on that he was going to sue if anyone talked about the ideas he came up with. I do not blame him for what happened, why he was acting this way. Because that fucking asshole editor stole his idea. As if he cornered the market on ideas. To top it off, he sold well, so I couldn't lay a hand on him. So he's always been like that, huh? Listen, this'll stay between us, so you can be honest. That guy's ridiculously annoying, right? Let me think. He did lay into me quite a bit. I'd have to say I certainly dislike him. I knew it! I totally get that. Who does that one-hit wonder think he is, eh? And what's up with his newest manga? It's boring as hell. See? I said it would be boring as hell. When you don't have a good narrative going, a good idea could be interesting as hell, but when you don't have a good narrative going, like, story-wise, and it's just like a bunch of, like, fluff. I'm looking at you, Ayakashi Triangle. When it's just a bunch of fucking fluff, it's boring. Yes, again, I am looking at you, Ayakashi Triangle. That fucking manga is boring. Now that he's made a fool of himself, he'll come crawling back with his tail between his legs. Then we'll just make him draw a sequel to his last series or something. Damn it, as I thought, editors are just trash. As expected of you, Kasuga-sensei, this week's chapter was just the best. Seems like you're completely selling out overseas, too. The moment I started selling, well, they started trying to butter me up with their fake smiles. While deep down, they were just ridiculing me as an author. I'm done. I'm tired of fighting alone. I'd rather quit this kind of work. The author I'm in charge of right now, Amaya-sensei, her current series isn't popular, but lately its rankings have been gradually improving. That's when she told me, fans are not made by authors. Fans are made by authors' works. I'm gonna read that shit again because this is extremely true. Fans are not made by authors. Fans are made by authors' works. Best example of this shit, looking at Kishimoto. Because Naruto, extremely popular, one of the most popular series of all times. Then look at Samurai 8. Canceled within less than 50 chapters. Just saying. No matter what kind of hit you've drawn in the past, if your next work is bad, nobody is going to read it. That's why you've got to begin every new series believing you're a new author. Preach, woman, preach. I gotta say this because I've had people tell me this before in my comment section. I've had people tell me that Koji's, and I haven't read Koji's past work. So, and I'm gonna, after I say this part, I'm gonna say this, in regards to my philosophy with manga. I've not read Koji's past work, but I've had people tell me that Koji's past work has been very questionable. And my philosophy on manga is I go into a new series, to every new series I read, with an open mind. I don't give a fuck about the author. I go in with an open mind. Unless it's a sequel series, then I'm yes, I do have an open mind, but I'm skeptical to an extent. And that's what I'm referring to 100 Years Quest in particular. Because with Fairy Tail, it was rushed to hell. But going into 100 Years Quest, I was like, okay, Mashima had a break. And I know Atsuo was the one doing, most of the shit for Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. I know Fairy Tail's final arc was rushed. It was bad. But there was a break. I know I got a good feeling about 100 Years Quest, and 100 Years Quest is incredible, and it's the same thing, and it's the same thing with Eden Zero. Everyone was everyone going into Eden Zero. I remember everyone was hating it, and people are still giving shitty reviews. And I'm gonna say this about Eden Zero on Crunchyroll's Twitter. When they announced Eden Zero getting the anime adaptation, all the anime onlys were like, "Oh, this is Fairy Tail 2.0, blah 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 blah." Even the manga readers before reading Eden Zero, were like, "Oh, this is gonna be Fairy Tail 2.0, and this is just judging by the art and all that shit." But and to an extent, I'm gonna tell you this right now, it kind of was. The first chapter or so kind of felt like a little bit Fairy Tail in space. First couple of chapters did. But then once it got into its groove, and it got into its groove real quick, it just was its own fucking thing. Or another example, Magi and Orient by the same author, Otaka, completely different series. Orient is just a whole different beast. Yeah, some of the character designs are a little bit similar to Magi. Yes, you could tell it's Otaka's art to an extent. And yeah, a lot of the character designs are different. I will say that. But my God, the story in general is so different. And it is in just the direction Otaka is going in Orient compared to Magi is a way more mature and avant-garde and abstract direction. It is incredible. I am telling you, if you have not read Orient and you have read Magi before, go read Orient. You will not be disappointed. Orient is incredible. It is extremely underrated. Same with Eden Zero. Both are extremely underrated series. So, I'm telling you, what Amaya Sensei, my point is, what Amaya Sensei is right here. You gotta begin every new series believing you're a new author. Or I'm going to read the whole quote again. No matter what kind of hit you've drawn in the past, if your next work is bad, nobody is going to read it. Again, this is exactly like Kishimoto with Naruto and Samurai 8. Because when I remember with Samurai 8, when it started, the first 10 chapters were so fucking slow. The pacing was awful. And when I was doing a podcast I collaborated with some YouTubers and I compared it to and fucking man, when I was covering Samurai 8, I compared it to Eden Zero constantly, because compared to Eden Zero, Samurai 8 was slow as shit. It really was. Oh my god, that shit was slow. And look what manga is still going, and which manga got canceled. And which manga got a lot of shit, and which manga was the previous work was critically appraised, and which manga got a lot of shit. That's why you've got to begin every new series believing you're a new author. And I feel like this is really true in Koji's case too. Koji, I feel, based on what you guys have told me, I feel like this, because I'm reading as I'm reading and covering this manga, it's hard to believe that the past series that Koji has done have been bad. It's really hard for me to believe it, because this manga to me is really good. I really love the direction Koji has been going in with Hitman. So, that's just my opinion. I'm very curious what you guys think in regards to that. Let me know in the comment section. I'm sorry, I had to really explain that. Anyway, but I think Kasuga is forgetting that resolution. He told me even if the contents were a little unforgiving, if they're his fans, they should understand it. That is, I feel like that's the Kishimoto. I don't know. Again, I don't know how Kishimoto was thinking with Samurai 8. From what people were telling me, especially in this podcast I was a part of, people were telling me that Kishimoto was doing what he wanted to do. So there's that. But this right here, he told me even if the contents were a little unforgiving, if they're his fans, they should understand it. That is the mindset of Marvel and DC comic book writers and editors right now. That is a fucking fact. I swear to goddamn God. But that's not art. It's just, oh, but that's not art. It's just vanity. Oh! You see that? Western comic book industry. You hear that shit? But that's not art. It's just vanity. That's the Western comic book industry in a nutshell. That shit is vanity. Your Karen Whisper Network. That shit is vanity. If you don't put the effort in to convey how interesting your work is, readers won't waste time on a second look. Again, Western comic book industry, that is you. What are you acting all wise for? You trying to teach me, a deputy editor-in-chief, how to make manga? Well, Kanzaki is teaching the editor-in-chiefs of the Western comic book industry, like Marvel and DC, how to make fucking comics. Listen, we got lucky once with a one-hit wonder. Just a case of a nobody playing at being a genius because he happened to land a hit. Catchphrase, decisions, wording choices, the proportion of cuts and action scenes. You can't feel any talent from that, huh? Since you're an editor from a different magazine, I was trying to control myself, but sorry, but please let me say just this. Kasuga Kiyototsu is a genius. Don't you dare make light of my author. Woo! You hear that, Kasuga? That is this, and I'm gonna say this right now. This is the shit, Kasuga. Remember what I said at the beginning. Kanzaki, he has been waiting for Kanzaki to man up and to fight. This is what Kasuga has been waiting for. What's the matter? You said you don't even like the guy. Yeah, I do hate him, but I acknowledge his talent. And this has been a problem, by the way. I have to point this out. People have been attacking voice actors. This is the best example of this. People have been attacking voice actors because they don't like a character. Look, you got to separate the person from the voice actor, from the character. Yeah, you may not like the voice actor, but you got to separate that shit. It's the same thing with manga. You got to separate the mangaka from the series. You got to we've seen this in our community. We've seen manga fans attack mangaka. Like, we've seen it with Horikoshi. We've seen fucking manga fans run Kubo off of Twitter. We've seen manga fans. I think we saw manga fans attack Ishida Sui, Tokyo Ghoul fans, if I remember correctly. We've seen, the anime community is so much worse. We've seen them attack voice actors. We've seen them attack directors. Oh man, anime community is way worse than us. But yeah, I'm just saying. And that's why that's why it can't go to waste like this. He still has what it takes to draw interesting manga after all. And this is what I do. I don't attack. You don't attack. You may not like the person, but you get, and yes, I did attack Kasuga because what he said was some fucking bullshit. It pissed me off. But what I do in terms of manga, I separate it. I separate the manga from the person. I constructively criticize. And that's why, in terms of like Domestic Girlfriend, for example, with Sasuga, and yeah, I know the fans, us fans attack Sasuga, or some, not all of us, but some assholes attack Sasuga. But and you know, she banned some of them. But people like me that constructively criticize Sasuga, I haven't gotten banned. Just saying. He still has what it takes to draw interesting manga after all, and that's what all I want from Kenzaki, and that's what I try to do. I don't try to attack the mangaka personally. I just provide constructive criticism. I just want because I see potential in manga. I just want the best manga that I can get because I see it. When I see potential in a series, I want the best of it to come out, and I usually get it. Except with Domestic Girlfriend, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but I need to be closing up soon. Sorry. I'll head out after I send one last work-related message. To your previous company? Yay! I'd like to hear your opinions on my series, maybe over in Macallan. No. I've decided to try it just a little bit harder at the company I'm at right now. A certain set of expectations become the best source of encouragement. You see, this shit right here is why Kasuga wanted Kenzaki as his editor. I said it at the beginning. I said it. And deep down, he wanted Kenzaki as his editor because he saw himself in him. I don't think even, to an extent, and I didn't say this earlier, but to an extent, I don't think even Kasuga realized it. But man, I knew this shit was going to happen. I'm really happy, to an extent, I knew it was going to happen. But I'm really happy with this chapter. I'm really happy. You know what? I'm going to say this. I'm really happy with this arc. What Koji is doing with this arc is fucking amazing. It really is. I really love the writing of this arc. I love everything Kasuga with Kasuga in general. Everything that Koji has done with Kasuga is freaking beautiful. I love it. This writing, I gotta say, what Koji has done with this writing is fucking brilliant. I love it. Kasuga, oh my god, or not Kasuga, wording solution. What Koji has had Kenzaki and Amaya said is basically everything that I have been thinking in terms of manga for the longest time. Not just manga, but books and everything. Seriously, Koji, thank you so much. You have made this manga my spirit animal. Like, Kenzaki is completely my spirit animal. I swear, Kenzaki and Amaya are my spirit animals. I swear to God. Anyway, I'm very curious what you guys think about this chapter. And not just this chapter, but this arc in general. I feel like this arc has got to be and personally for me, I think this is the best arc of this manga. This has to be like the, in terms of, especially in writing, this arc is the best arc of this manga. And I really hope that Koji continues in terms of writing. Koji continues in this direction, because this arc has the most powerful writing we have seen in this manga yet. I want more. This is the shit that I expected to see in this manga. I'm dead serious. This is what, like, in terms of like of what Kenzaki's dialogue and also what Amaya was saying, this is the type of shit I was expecting from this manga. I want more. Koji, give us more of this, please. Anyway, I'm very curious what you guys think of this chapter. Was this arc in general, was this the kind of like writing you guys were hoping to see in this manga? And it's, for those that have read Koji's previous works, do you guys think this is like the best writing in terms of arcs you've ever seen from Koji? I definitely want to know, because I've never read Koji's previous works before, and I plan on doing it at some point, but it's just been chaos lately. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing, want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more Hitman content, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!